Dinner in less than 30 minutes for under $20, and you're gonna look like a hero. Here we go. 4 salmon fillets for $15. Some fresh asparagus, and don't forget the couscous. Preheat your oven to 375. Drizzle in olive oil, sprinkle with lemon pepper. Tony always comes to the party. I just remembered I have a lemon, so we're about to make it fancy. Once you have your lemon slices, you're gonna cut it like this, then place it on your salmon like that. Wash your asparagus and drizzle in olive oil. Salt, pepper. In the oven for 10 minutes. Cook your couscous according to package direction.
When you're trying to feed a bunch of people and you need something different, peel up some potatoes, chop them up, toss them in oil. Here are the seasonings I used. It turned out really well. Shake and bake was my secret ingredient. Just toss that all together, mix well. This pan is actually really massive, so I stuck it in the oven for an hour at 375, and we served with sour cream.
Let's make Campfire Crunch. Add chocolate, peanut butter, butter, mix all of it together. Add your plain Chex, mix that. Add powdered sugar, vanilla, shake it up, add in your candy, and you're done.
Did you know you can make pepperoni chips in 5 minutes? All you have to do is place pepperoni on a prepared baking sheet, bake at 400 degrees for 5 to 7 minutes. I like to dab off the excess grease once they're done cooking. This is what they'll look like, and you have a tasty low-carb.
Okay, moms, now that we're back to school, this is a really quick and easy lunch idea. If you have kids at home, e-learning, start with a bag of Trader Joe's chicken pot stickers. Grease the bottom of a nonstick pan. Add 6 of them to the pan, and then you also want to add a half a cup of water. Cover your pan and allow them to steam, and then meanwhile, you can create the dipping sauce, which is just a little splash of soy sauce, some toasted sesame oil, that's the one with the flavor, and a little bit of chives. Then once they're done steaming, you'll see all the water will be gone, and they'll be nice and crispy on the bottom, just like that.
If you're on a keto diet, I feel really bad for you, but let's make some lasagna. Lasagna is definitely one of my favorite dishes. I would make it more often, but I usually end up eating the whole tray. So I'm actually making a keema and spinach lasagna here. Keema is pretty much just ground beef, but with Indian spices. So keema actually works really well with this dish because you're only getting a subtle hint of like Indian spices coming through, but it's not overpowering the dish because we're not seasoning the whole lasagna like that. So the ground beef is already cooked. I'm just simmering it with the tomato sauce and the Italian spices so everything just kind of goes together. So for the spinach and cheese mixture, I pretty much just used ricotta cheese and mozzarella cheese, added the spinach in it, put a little bit of spices, mix it all together. So when you're layering your lasagna, you actually want to add a little bit of the beef mixture on the bottom, then put your noodles on top, then the cheese mixture, then repeat. So I was struggling at the end. I ran out of cheese. I ran out of my mozzarella cheese and my spinach and ricotta mixture. So I put some provolone cheese on top and it worked out really well. And here's a picture of me waiting for the lasagna to rest.
Today we're making Copycat Starbucks pumpkin cream cheese muffins. These muffins are the best of cheesecake and pumpkin bread. Combine the oil, milk, pumpkin puree, sugar, and vanilla extract. Then whisk in the flours, baking soda, baking powder, and pumpkin pie spice. Batter should be creamy like this. Line your mold with cups, then scoop and portion. You should get 6 to 8 muffins. Now we can get started on our cream cheese filling. Whisk together softened cream cheese, milk, sugar, and vanilla extract until smooth. Now add in your flour and whisk. Now we can fill a Ziploc bag and fill our muffins. Dip your piping tip in the middle of the muffin, then apply pressure and release. This is how they should look like. Now optionally top with pumpkin seeds. Now we can bake at 350 degrees for 16 to 18 minutes. They should look all beautiful and puffy like this. Now serve and enjoy.
Did you know you can make mozzarella sticks in the air fryer? Here's my recipe that doesn't need any eggs. Just grab some string cheese, dip it in the batter, roll them around in breadcrumbs. I'm using panko because they get crispier. Line your air fryer with some parchment paper, spray it with some oil, in for 15 minutes, and voila!
If you're trying to eat more healthy, you gotta try my turkey burger recipe. Check it out. In a bowl, add your ground turkey, some finely diced red onion, fresh chopped spinach, diced banana peppers, crumbled feta cheese, 1 egg, If you like it spicy, add some diced chili pepper, salt, pepper, and a little bit of garlic powder. Mix it all up, and then form your patties. This is what it should look like. Throw them on a grill for about 6 to 7 minutes on each side. That's it. Super healthy and delicious. Try it out. Let me know what you think.
It's your morning coffee and breakfast all in one. Let's make a pumpkin chia pudding parfait and top it with some whipped coffee. To a bowl, add your pumpkin pie puree, pumpkin pie spice, honey, milk of choice, and whisk it all together. Then we add our chia seeds, bathe them in that pumpkin goodness, and let them sit for about a half an hour. To a bowl, add some Greek yogurt, more pumpkin puree, honey, pumpkin spice, and mix it all together. Gorgeous. Grab a glass and start to layer the pumpkin chia pudding and the yogurt until you reach the top. Next, we whip up some whipped coffee. Head to my Instagram Reels for the recipe. Lay that whipped coffee right on top. It may look like a certain emoji, but I swear it doesn't taste anything like it. Let it sit for a few minutes and the coffee starts to work its way down. The chia pudding is full of fiber. The coffee gives you a little kick. The only thing I would add is granola for a little crunch.
Keto homemade ice cream. Just add all your ingredients into a mason jar and shake it up really good until it's really nice and blended. Pop it in the freezer for about an hour, pull it out. I served it with some Cool Whip. It was really yummy. Make sure you guys follow along if you want.
Hey you, I'm gonna make a cheese wrap because I'm hungry. So I used the Marble Jack cheese, some mayonnaise, some mustard, a couple pieces of ham, piece of turkey, some lettuce. I canned some pickles this year, so I cut up one of those and wrapped it up. I also used some hard salami, some cream cheese, and some everything bagel seasoning.
All right, this is our magic meal: bacon, basket weave, a pack of tater tots, defrosted, squish them in the bag. Super easy hack, makes it so much easier. Put them to a bowl. Then you're gonna get about 6 to 8 eggs. Start there. You might need to add more until you get to a wet dough consistency. Right here. I'm making a double batch so there's extra. But you're gonna stir until it's about wet like that. And then you're gonna spread it on top of the bacon. And then season. I just did salt and pepper, but you can do whatever. There's no right or wrong way. And then cheese if you want it, optional. Half the time I forget to put the cheese on there. It's fine either way. Then this is the magic. Roll it up. The saran wrap is key. The saran wrap helps you roll it. Okay? Like and follow for part 2. Coming up next.
The recipe everybody's been asking me for, you know I would never disappoint you guys. I keep my word, that's all I got, so let's get right into it. In a cup, 1 teaspoon sugar, 1 teaspoon yeast, and 1/4 cup water. Mix and let it sit, let the yeast do its thing. In a separate bowl, we got 1 1/2 cups of flour, 1/4 cup of yogurt, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and finally 2 tablespoons of oil. Work the dough, knead it well, and let it get really nice and smooth, and then we're gonna let it rest for about 45 minutes. Mince garlic and cilantro so you can put it inside the dough. 2 really important points when it comes to naan. You actually want to roll this out fairly thin because if you keep it thick, it's going to turn into a flatbread, not really a naan. The second most important point is you got to get a screaming hot pan. Like I'm talking hot, like drop it like it's hot. Snoop Dogg in 2004 hot, all right? It's only going to cook about 20 seconds on one end. Turn it over, get some color on the other side, take it off the heat, brush some garlic butter on it, and you guys are good to go. You got to serve this hot. You got to eat this right away or else it's not going to taste the same.
I'm going to show y'all how I snatched this dinner together in about 30 minutes. It doesn't have a name yet, but we'll figure that out later. I'm going in with my brown girl spice lemon dill blend, some kosher salt, adding it to a hot cast iron skillet and letting it brown on each side for about 5 minutes until golden brown. Then you want to remove the chicken and all the extra drippings and go in with a knob of butter. And I'm using some red bell peppers and onions. You can choose the blend you want. I'm doing about a tablespoon of tomato paste and then some garlic, some chicken stock to get that sauce going. Look how bubbly and delicious it already looks, but we gonna sauce it up some more. Let's add a little bit of heavy cream, some spinach, and then add that chicken right back on top, y'all. We're gonna bake it off for about 425 degrees, about 15 minutes, depending on how big your chicken thighs are, and that's dinner. Add some rice, all that sauce. Enjoy, y'all.
You've never had a breakfast sandwich like this, it will blow you away. Add a half a sliced onion to a pan, tablespoon of butter, and a sprinkle of salt. Cook on low heat, stirring often till nice and caramelized. Remove from the pan, then add 2 eggs. Scramble them up, add a little butter. To make them creamy, you have to stir constantly till they're almost set. Then add a little chives, salt, pepper, and a layer of cheddar cheese. Cover to get melty. Now my bread of choice is an English muffin I made in my last video. Topped it with a good helping of sriracha mayo on both sides, which is literally mayo and sriracha. Added my cheesy eggs, my caramelized onions, and that's it. I literally just ate this sandwich, but I'm already salivating again. Even my new friend wanted some. Follow for more recipes. Do want me if you try this because I guarantee.
I call this better than takeout sesame chicken because it is absolutely delicious and really is so much better than takeout. First, you are going to start with 1/4 cup soy sauce, 1/4 cup rice vinegar, 1/3 to 1/2 cup brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of sesame oil, and a squirt of ketchup. Mix that together, put that aside. In a separate bowl, add 1 pound cut up chicken with 1 egg, 1/2 cup flour, 1/2 cup cornstarch, 1/2 cup water. Mix that all together, and then you are going to fry those up for about 4 minutes on each side or until golden brown. Then you're going to make the sauce, add oil to a pot with ginger and garlic and saute that. Add some red pepper flakes and saute it again. Then you're going to add the wet ingredients, and in a separate bowl, add 1/2 cup water with about a tablespoon cornstarch. Mix that together and pour it in. Then you're going to saute on medium-low until it gets thick and add in your chicken. That's it. So delicious.